What's up, dudes? I'm the Dominicator, also known as Master Dominic, and in this video, I'm going to hypnotize you to become a dumb monkey. As in all of my videos, you will be commanded to leave a comment at the end while hypnotized, so go ahead and log into an account that you can use for that. Mute any distractions, and continue when you're ready to get hypnotized. Alright, dudes, so to begin, look at the pocket watch in front of you, and as you look at it, the more that you do, the more that you find your attention is drawn towards it, and just like a magnet. And the more that you listen to the sound of my voice, the more that you can feel a wonderfully warm and masculine, dominant tone and texture that just wraps around your mind, just like a blanket. A wonderfully mind-melting and heavy feeling that drips and drops down on top of the surface of your mind. With each and every word that I say, a wonderfully mind-melting feeling that just begins to melt your thoughts away. And the more that this happens, the better and better that it feels. The more you feel a wonderful and a pleasant feeling. You can already feel as your mind, as your intellect is just melting, dripping and dropping down inside of you, forming fuel and energy for your body to follow the suggestions that I'll give you, to enact on the commands that I give you. There's something that just feels so good about this as it happens. The more that you look at the pocket watch, the more that you feel the swaying, back and forth feeling, and just feels as if it's sweeping out your thoughts one by one. And the more that you look at it, the more you feel a drawing and pulling magnetism that just draws and sucks and pulls your thoughts right out of you. Now, it would just feel so good just to collapse down into a wonderfully relaxed, mind-melted state of sleep. Whenever I click my fingers together and say that word sleep, but until then, you will continue to look at the watch as it exerts a pulling, drawing, and magnetic force on you as you feel the thoughts in your mind just being sucked out of you, drained out of you, drawn out of you. And yet it just feels so wonderfully and mind-meltingly pleasant that the more that you try to look away, the more that you try to resist it, the more that you feel the pulling and tugging, the drawing and magnetic feeling of it. It's just as if all of the energy in your mind used to resist it is being redirected towards the pocket watch, towards looking and gazing at the pocket watch even more. And there's something yet about it that just feels so good, so wonderfully, mind-meltingly pleasant that you don't even want to look away at all. You don't even want to, even if you could resist. You don't want to, and that's just fine. You don't have to think about anything at all. You don't want to think about anything at all. You will not think about anything at all as you feel the wonderfully mind-melting feeling, in effect, the wonderful mind-melting pleasantness of the sound of my voice and of that pocket watch. As it just takes you, as it just drops you down even more, and even further, and even faster into a wonderfully relaxed and passive, obedient state. Now that just feels so good to feel the awesome and warm and masculine domination over you and over your mind. It just feels so good having such a powerful and dominant masculine male authority figure who will tell you exactly what it is that you need to do. And the more this happens, the more that you just want to collapse down into an even deeper, more relaxed, more passive, and more submissive state for your master. Now that just feels so good that you can already feel it. The feeling, the calling of that sleep, just welling up and building up and billowing up inside of you. At any moment, you will drop down into that sleep. At any moment, you will collapse down into such a wonderfully and passively relaxed, submissive, and obedient state that you won't want to, you won't need to, you won't have to, you will not think about anything that is suggested to you at all, anything that is commanded of you. All you'll do is just to submit to that state. Whenever I snap my fingers and I say that word sleep, it won't just feel like a ton of bricks that collapses on top of your mind and on top of your body. It just takes you down all in that one moment, all in that one instant. And it will feel so wonderfully and mind-meltingly good that you won't even be able to resist it. You can try, but the eyes will just shut down all by themselves. The mind will just shut down all by itself. The thoughts will just melt all by themselves. As you just melt down, as you drip down, as you drop down into that wonderfully passive, relaxed, and obedient state for your master. Now that just feels so good, that word master. It gives you a nice and wonderfully tickly and tingly feeling that just courses and surges all throughout your body, all throughout your mind. It just feels so good having such a powerful and dominant master to follow and to obey. You feel the calling and the building up of that sensation of sleep, and the eyelids just want to close now all by themselves. The mind just wants to shut down all by itself, but only when I snap my fingers and I say the word sleep will it happen. You feel it building up so much now that it's all that you want to happen now. It's all that you want to happen now, just to collapse down into that wonderfully passive and obedient state for your master now. Sleep. sleep, as you go down, as you drop down, that snap of my fingers, that just feels so good. It just feels so good as you take in, as you soak in, as you sink into all of the suggestions that I give you, all the commands that I give you. Well, the more that you do, the better that it feels. The more you feel the wonderful wash of pleasantness, the wash of relaxation as it just washes over you. It just feels so good. Having such a powerful and a dominant master to follow and to obey. As you hear that word master again and again, the more that you do, the more you feel the mind-melting feeling, and the more that you feel the submissive feeling just wash over you, as the mind, as the body just complies all by itself with the suggestions and with the commands that I give you. Well, the more that you do, the better and better that you feel. The better that you feel, the more that you feel the suggestions as they wind up and build up and accumulate within your mind. An energy, a kind of magnetism that is drawn to the sound of my voice, my words, my suggestions, my commands. It just builds up even more inside of your mind, replacing all of your thoughts. The sound of my voice just replaces all of your thoughts. You don't have to, you don't want to, you don't need to think about any of this at all. All that you need to do is just to follow the suggestions that I give you, just to obey your master. And the more that you do, the better and better. The better that you feel, and the less and less that you have to think about anything at all, the less and less that you want to think about anything at all, and the less that you will think about anything at all. Even right now, as you simply listen to me, the more that you do, the more that the clothing on your body, it just seems to have a kind of strange and itching and chafing feeling. The shirt that you're wearing, the shoes that you're wearing, there's something about them that just makes you want to begin to take them off. And when I click my fingers together, then you will. You can try and resist it, but the more you try, the more that you'll just move all by yourself just to take those clothes off. And as you do, it will just feel so good. Feel the wonderful, relieving, the relaxing, the alleviating feeling as your hands just move by themselves to take your shirt off, to take your shoes off. And the more that you do, the more that you feel your mind melting, dripping, dropping down as you peel your shirt off, as you peel your shoes, your socks off. The more you do, the more you feel an awesome and a wonderful feeling of the currents of air against the surface of your skin. It just feels so good and so wonderfully mind-meltingly pleasant. You don't have to, you don't want to, you don't need to think about any of this at all. It just feels so natural, so good that you don't even have to remember it. All you have to do is just to continue listening to the sound of my voice as you feel the beginnings of a transformation that comes into place and then begins to assemble, so that when I click my fingers together, then it will all just snap into place. You can feel the body changing, little tufts of hair sprouting on the surface of your skin, and your mind is melting even more further as you turn and twist and morph and shift and shape into a monkey for your master. Into a monkey by now, then your mind is just dripped and dropped and melted so much that you are completely and totally awestruck by the superior intellect of your new master. And it just feels so good, slipping down, falling down, dropping down into this even more relaxed, mind-melted and thoughtless state. And the more you do, the more that you just become even more awestruck by the superior intellect of your master. And yet it just feels so good to exist and to be in this wonderful state of worship as you are turned and morphed and shifted and shaped into even more of a monkey. There's something that is a bit humiliating about it, but this just feels so good. It feels so good as you realize that you are obeying, that you're serving, that you're worshiping your master, that you are entertaining your master. That just feels so good. It feels so good that you feel even more now of the shifting, shaping, morphing, twisting, turning feeling inside of your bones, inside of your body, inside of your mind. Something that conspires against you to turn you into a monkey and to begin to jump around the room making monkey noises and feeling the thoughts in your mind melt even more. And that just feels so good. That just feels so good. Now then, in a little while, then I'll count you all the way up from 1 all the way up to 5. And when I count you all the way up from 1 to 5, then you'll feel the transformation as it solidifies, as it crystallizes inside of your mind. And now before then, you will feel a force and a kind of energy that just possesses you, that just possesses your body, it possesses your arms, it possesses your fingers. And it just causes you, it leads you, it pulls you, it magnetizes you to leave a comment for me. It will cause you to leave a comment for me that says, "Yes, master, I am too stupid to resist your hypnotic control, master. I bow down to your superior intellect, master." You'll leave a comment that says, yes, master, I'm too stupid to resist your hypnotic control, master. I bow down to your superior intellect, master. And it is almost too hard for you even to remember all of that comment. You'll try your best, though, to leave it. And as you try your best, and you'll feel the morphing, twisting, turning feelings inside of your body and your mind that complete your transformation into a dumb monkey for your master. And you will bounce around, you will act like a dumb monkey as your thoughts just ever so slowly and ever so surely come back to you, as you just ever so slowly realize that you have been dominated by your master to turn into a dumb monkey for his entertainment. Yeah, there's something about this that just feels so good, so awesome, so wonderfully and mind-meltingly comfortable that you don't even have to remember that it was done at all. You don't even have to remember all the suggestions, the commands. You don't even have to remember anything at all that happened for those last few moments that you come awake as a human. And when you do, then you'll feel the wonderfully mind-melting pleasantness that comes along with that. Coming back into that nice and half awake and half asleep state, and just knowing that you're too stupid to resist your master's domination. You will leave a comment that says, yes, master, I am too stupid to resist your hypnotic control, master. I bow down to your superior intellect, master. And when you do, then that comment, it will become a complete and total and absolute truth as you feel the morphing and twisting, turning, shifting, shaping, feeling inside of your body, inside of your mind. You can try to resist, but leaving that comment will seal your fate as you feel the transformation completing. As you feel the transformation completing, it is the act of bowing down to your master superior intellect that you will turn into a dumb monkey for my entertainment. And the longer that you stay a dumb monkey, the more that you feel the feeling of a little bit of twinge of humiliation, very, very back of your mind, that will only come to the front of your mind whenever you come back up, whenever you rise back up into a completely awakened state. And when you do, then you will realize how so completely and totally, utterly, and absolutely dominated by your master that you were, and it will give you such a wonderfully happy, nice, and submissive feeling to your master. As that just feels so good. It feels so good, the leaving of that comment that says, yes, master, yes, master, I am too stupid to resist your hypnotic control, master. I bow down to your superior intellect, master. As you type those words, as you do, you'll feel the last bits and drops and drips of your own intellect, and just dripping and dropping down onto the muscles and muscle fibers of your body, turning and morphing, twisting you into a monkey. And you could try to resist it, but the more you try to resist, the more that it feels just as if there's a force, a kind of energy, something possessing you. Your arms, your hands, your fingers, that causes you to leave that comment. That causes you then to turn into a dumb monkey for your master. And it will just feel so good, so binding, and so wonderfully mind-meltingly pleasant that you'll enjoy all of your time as a monkey. You will enjoy your time as a monkey as you bounce around. You'll feel a wonderful lightness of mind. A wonderful lightness of mind in which you won't think about anything too much at all. You won't, and you can't think about anything too much at all. In fact, the more that you try to form the thoughts of your own, the less and less that you can, the more that you feel your mind melting, dripping, dropping down, and forming that fuel, that energy. The more you feel the tufts of hair on the surface of your skin, the more that you feel your mind just melting into the mind of a monkey. And it just feels so good. It just feels so good now. So I'll count you up from 1 to 5. As I do, then you'll feel the last bits and pieces, parts of that transformation as they click into place, as they direct you to leave that comment for your master that says, yes, master, I am too stupid to resist your hypnotic control, master. I bow down to your superior intellect, master. Now then, beginning with 1, as you feel the lifting, rising, floating feeling, beginning to take you back up, 2, coming up even more and further and faster, feeling as good as you do. 3, already halfway there, just feeling so great as you turn and morph into a monkey, even more so, feeling your mind melt almost completely now. 4, almost all the way back up now. And 5, eyes open, then awake, my dudes. Alright, dudes, check out Dominicator.com to schedule a session with me to get hypnotized. And also to check out my digital downloads. Check you later, dudes.